Have you ever met someone and instantly felt you could trust them? Or knew something was off, without knowing why? Or walked into a situation and your gut screamed, "Stop," before your brain had time to think? That feeling isn't coincidence. That's intuition. And what's astonishing is that it's not just in your head. Your gut, yes, your stomach, might actually be smarter than you think. Deep inside your digestive system lies a network of 100 million neurons, sometimes called the second brain. This enteric nervous system communicates constantly with your main brain through the vagus nerve, influencing your decisions, emotions, and even your creativity. In fact, around 95% of your body's serotonin, the chemical that regulates mood, is produced in the gut. So when your stomach feels tense before a big decision, it's literally processing complex information faster than your conscious mind can handle. Intuition is essentially fast, subconscious thinking. Psychologists call it System 1, which operates automatically and emotionally, versus the slower, analytical System 2. Your gut helps System 1 work even faster, analyzing patterns, detecting danger, and guiding choices before your conscious mind catches up. But intuition isn't magic, it's biology. Your microbiome, the trillions of bacteria in your gut, can even influence your emotional state, stress response, and decision-making. Your gut is processing information, reading social cues, and sending signals to your brain long before you're aware of it. In this video, we'll explore the science of intuition, how your gut and brain communicate, why gut feelings can be remarkably accurate, and how you can harness this hidden intelligence to make better decisions, improve relationships, and even boost creativity. By the end, you'll see your gut not just as a digestive organ, but as a powerful, intelligent guide that's been quietly helping you navigate life all along. Welcome to Self-Unlocked, the space where cutting-edge science meets ancient wisdom to help you unlock your true potential. Today, we're diving deep into the most fascinating organ in the universe, your gut. Stay curious, stay conscious, because your journey to self-mastery starts right here. Psychic power or just a lucky guess? But research in psychology and neuroscience reveals a different story. Intuition is a natural, biological process rooted in your brain, your subconscious, and even your gut. It's your mind working faster than your conscious awareness, connecting dots and recognizing patterns without you having to think deliberately. The science behind intuition. Psychologists often describe two systems of thinking. System 1 is fast, automatic, and subconscious. It's the part of your mind that reacts quickly in emergencies, detects subtle social cues, and recognizes patterns almost instantly. System 2, on the other hand, is slow, logical, and analytical, the part that calculates, reasons, and deliberates. Intuition is System 1 in action. It draws on previous experiences, learned patterns, and emotional cues to help you make quick judgments. For example, a seasoned firefighter entering a burning building may sense structural instability in a split second, long before any conscious analysis could take place. That is intuition, honed through experience and reinforced by pattern recognition in the brain. How experience shapes intuition. One of the most fascinating aspects of intuition is that it improves with experience. Experts in any field often rely on their gut instincts because their brains have stored thousands of patterns from past encounters. This subconscious library allows them to recognize situations and predict outcomes faster than conscious thought. Consider a chess grandmaster. When looking at a board, they instantly know which moves are likely to succeed or fail. Their conscious brain doesn't analyze every possible combination. Intuitive pattern recognition guides them, honed over years of practice. Intuition, in this sense, is experience converted into lightning-fast decision-making. The role of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is a vast processor, constantly working behind the scenes. It absorbs enormous amounts of information from your senses, memories, and environment. even when you're not aware of it. Intuition is the voice of the subconscious, delivering insights to your conscious mind through feelings, hunches, and gut reactions. For instance, when meeting someone new, subtle cues like micro-expressions, tone of voice, and body language are processed subconsciously. Your brain detects patterns that signal trustworthiness or danger, and your gut reacts before you can articulate why you feel that way. In a way, your intuition is the subconscious mind talking to you, using your gut as a messenger. The biology of intuition. Modern neuroscience shows that intuition isn't just psychological, it's physiological. The brain and the gut communicate constantly through the vagus nerve, creating a two-way dialogue. The gut, with its network of roughly 100 million neurons, produces neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, affecting mood, perception, and decision-making. Even the microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your intestines, can influence stress levels, emotions, and risk assessment. In other words, intuition is a biological process, shaped not only by your brain but also by your body's internal systems. What feels like a sudden insight is often your body processing subtle signals faster than your conscious mind. Intuition versus random guessing. Intuition is not the same as a random guess. It is pattern recognition at lightning speed, informed by past experiences, emotional memory, and bodily signals. The difference is the source. Guesses are unconnected to data or experience, whereas intuition is deeply rooted in subconscious processing. Research shows that intuitive decisions are often more accurate than purely analytical ones, especially in complex situations with limited information. This is why doctors, pilots, and emergency responders often trust their instincts, because intuition is reliable when honed correctly. Everyday intuition. Intuition isn't just for life or death scenarios, it shapes everyday decisions too. From choosing a new job to deciding whether to trust a friend, your intuitive mind constantly processes subtle cues your conscious brain might miss. Even creative insights, like suddenly knowing the perfect way to solve a problem, often emerge from intuitive processes. Understanding intuition can transform how you approach decisions. Instead of dismissing gut feelings as random, you can learn to listen to them wisely, combine them with reasoning, and make faster, more accurate choices. Why this matters? Intuition is a natural, powerful tool embedded in your mind and body. It is experience, biology, and subconscious pattern recognition working together to guide you. By understanding how intuition works, you can tap into it more effectively, make better decisions, and even enhance creativity and emotional intelligence. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into the gut-brain connection, exploring how your second brain in your digestive system literally influences your intuitive abilities, and why your gut might be smarter than you ever imagined. Have you ever felt butterflies in your stomach before a big event? Or a sinking feeling when something doesn't feel right? These sensations aren't just metaphors, they're your gut talking to you. And what's truly astonishing is that your gut has a mind of its own. Scientists call it the second brain, a network of neurons in your digestive system capable of influencing your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. Today, we're uncovering how this hidden intelligence works and why it might be smarter than you think. The gut isn't just about digestion. Most of us think of the gut as a simple digestive organ. It processes food, absorbs nutrients, and eliminates waste. But in reality, the gut is a complex network of about 100 million neurons, roughly equivalent to what's in the spinal cord. This network, known as the enteric nervous system, communicates constantly with your brain, creating a two-way conversation that shapes your mental and emotional life. Researchers have found that the gut sends more signals to the brain than it receives, meaning it has a major influence on how we feel and think. This is why the phrase gut feeling isn't just a metaphor, it's literal. Your second brain is actively contributing to decision-making, emotional regulation, and even problem-solving. The gut-brain connection. The key highway for this communication is the vagus nerve, a bundle of over 100,000 nerve fibers connecting your gut to your brain. Signals travel both ways. The brain influences digestion and appetite, while the gut sends information about physiological states, nutrient levels, and even emotional cues back to the brain. Studies show that the gut can influence mood, stress, and even cognition. For example, about 95% of the body's serotonin, the chemical that regulates happiness and mood, is produced in the gut. That means your gut is directly impacting how you feel and how you intuitively respond to situations. When your stomach tightens in a stressful moment, it's not just a feeling. It's biochemistry in action, informing your brain that something important is happening. Microbiome, the invisible intelligence. Your gut is also home to trillions of microorganisms, collectively called the microbiome. These bacteria, viruses, and fungi don't just help digest food. They produce neurotransmitters, regulate inflammation, and influence stress responses. Emerging research shows that the microbiome can even affect risk-taking, mood, and decision-making. This means your intuition is partially shaped by the microscopic world inside you. A healthy gut microbiome supports better emotional regulation and clearer thinking, while imbalances can lead to anxiety, stress, and less reliable gut instincts. In a sense, your gut's microbial community is like a hidden advisory board, constantly sending feedback to your brain. Gut feelings are real. When you feel a gut reaction, your enteric nervous system is sending rapid signals to your brain. This can manifest as tension, warmth, butterflies, or even nausea, depending on the situation. Neuroscientists call this interoception, your body's ability to sense internal states. Interoception allows your gut to act as an early warning system, giving you intuitive insights before your conscious mind has processed the information. For example, imagine walking into a meeting and instantly feeling uneasy about a deal. Your gut may have detected subtle cues, tone of voice, facial expressions, or environmental factors that your conscious brain hasn't consciously analyzed yet. That feeling is your second brain providing real, actionable intelligence. Beyond emotions, creativity, and problem-solving. The second brain isn't just for detecting danger. It's also a source of creativity and insight. Many artists, writers, and innovators report that ideas come to them suddenly as gut instincts or flashes of intuition. Neurologically, the gut-brain axis helps integrate sensory input, emotional states, and memory patterns, creating rapid, subconscious solutions to problems. By understanding and tuning into this system, you can leverage your second brain for better decision-making, improved creativity, and even emotional resilience. Strengthening your gut intelligence. You can nurture and enhance your gut's intuitive power. Here's how. Eat a gut-friendly diet. Fermented foods, fiber, and prebiotics support a healthy microbiome. Manage stress. Chronic stress disrupts gut-brain communication, weakening intuition. Practice mindfulness. Paying attention to bodily sensations improves interoception, helping you recognize gut signals more clearly. Reflect on experiences. Journaling about gut reactions and outcomes strengthens pattern recognition, refining intuition over time. These steps don't just improve physical health, they enhance your internal intelligence, allowing your second brain to guide you more accurately. The second brain and everyday life. From choosing a career to sensing danger in social situations, the second brain is constantly at work. People often dismiss gut feelings, but studies show that when intuition is combined with conscious reasoning, decision-making becomes faster, more accurate, and more adaptive. The gut doesn't replace the brain. It complements it, providing another layer of intelligence that operates beneath the surface. Your second brain is a hidden ally, silently processing information, detecting patterns, and guiding your choices. Understanding its power allows you to navigate life with greater confidence and insight, trusting your instincts without relying solely on luck. Your gut is far more than a digestive organ. It's a powerful network of neurons, chemicals, and microbes, working together to inform your decisions, emotions, and creativity. By listening to your second brain, you're not just trusting a feeling, you're tapping into a biological intelligence that has been guiding humans for millennia. In the next chapter, we'll explore how intuition manifests in everyday life and how expert decision-makers, from firefighters to chess masters, rely on their gut instincts to make split-second choices that often defy logic. Have you ever made a split-second decision and later realized it was exactly the right choice, without thinking it through? Maybe you trusted a gut feeling about a job, a relationship, or even just crossing the street, and it turned out you were right. That instant knowing isn't luck or coincidence. It's intuition at work, quietly guiding your everyday life. Today, we'll explore how intuition manifests in real-world situations and why it's often smarter than our conscious reasoning. The role of intuition in decision-making. Intuition is your subconscious mind processing vast amounts of information in a fraction of a second. While your conscious brain can handle only a limited amount of data at once, your subconscious is constantly scanning patterns, analyzing past experiences, and evaluating subtle cues from your environment. The result? A gut feeling that often guides your decisions before you've even consciously weighed the options. Take the example of choosing a parking spot. You might instinctively avoid one near a poorly lit corner or pick a spot near other cars, sensing something off without knowing why. That is your intuitive system analyzing patterns and drawing on previous experiences to help you make safer or smarter choices, automatically and without conscious effort. Expert intuition, professionals who rely on gut feelings. Some of the clearest examples of intuition come from professionals whose decisions have serious consequences. Firefighters, surgeons, pilots, and athletes frequently rely on gut instincts honed through experience. Firefighters. A veteran firefighter may enter a burning building and instantly sense structural instability. This is not guesswork. It's pattern recognition based on years of experience and rapid subconscious processing. Doctors. Experienced physicians often make split-second diagnoses by noticing subtle symptoms that may escape less experienced eyes. Their gut reactions are backed by a lifetime of clinical pattern recognition. Athletes. Elite athletes, like soccer players or tennis players, anticipate opponents' moves without thinking consciously. Intuition allows them to react faster than conscious thought could manage. In each case, the gut is a real-time processor, rapidly synthesizing sensory information, experience, and environmental cues to produce immediate and often life-saving insights. Social intuition, navigating relationships. Intuition also plays a crucial role in social interactions. Humans are wired to detect subtle cues in body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. Your subconscious mind interprets these cues, sending signals to your gut that help you decide whether someone is trustworthy, hostile, or compatible with you. For instance, meeting someone new, you might feel instantly comfortable or uneasy without being able to articulate why. Studies show that these feelings often predict behavior more accurately than conscious reasoning. This is why intuitive people tend to navigate social situations with greater ease. They are tapping into subtle, subconscious signals that guide decisions about relationships and communication. Intuition in everyday life choices. Intuition isn't just for high-stakes situations. It's active in everyday decision-making. Career decisions. Choosing a job or project often involves gut reactions informed by personal values, experience, and emotional resonance. Creative problem-solving. Artists, writers, and inventors frequently rely on intuition to generate ideas or make aesthetic choices that resonate deeply. Daily navigation. From avoiding potential dangers to selecting products or routes, intuitive judgments guide countless small decisions every day. Even in mundane moments, intuition is your brain and body working together to process complex information quickly and efficiently. The science behind everyday intuition. Research in neuroscience supports the accuracy of intuition in everyday life. Studies show that the brain can process information outside of conscious awareness, allowing the gut to act as an early warning system. This is called subconscious pattern recognition. Your mind notices subtle details, micro-expressions, voice fluctuations, environmental cues that you might not consciously perceive. Interestingly, intuition tends to be more reliable in areas where you have experience. For example, a seasoned chef can taste a dish and know instantly what's missing, just as a veteran driver can sense traffic patterns and potential hazards before consciously recognizing them. Intuition is essentially your subconscious expertise manifesting as gut feelings. When intuition can go wrong. While intuition is powerful, it's not infallible. Emotions, stress, and cognitive biases can distort gut feelings. For instance, fear or anxiety can exaggerate danger signals, leading to overly cautious decisions. Confirmation bias can make you trust a gut feeling that aligns with your existing beliefs, even if it's wrong. The key is learning to combine intuition with conscious reasoning. Listen to your gut, but evaluate it with logic and awareness, especially for complex decisions. The most reliable outcomes often come from a balance of instinct and analysis. How to harness everyday intuition. You can strengthen your intuitive abilities by reflecting on past experiences. Journaling gut feelings and outcomes helps you recognize patterns. Practicing mindfulness. Awareness of bodily sensations improves your ability to notice gut signals. Gaining experience. The more exposure you have to certain situations, the sharper your intuition becomes. Trusting small decisions. Practicing intuition in everyday life helps you refine it for bigger, high-stakes moments. By tuning in, you'll find that your intuition becomes a reliable guide in both personal and professional life. Transition. Intuition is not some mysterious psychic power. It's your subconscious mind, your gut, and your experiences working together to guide your choices. From navigating relationships to making split-second professional decisions, your gut is constantly processing information faster than your conscious mind. In the next chapter, we'll explore the science behind gut feelings, revealing how your second brain in the digestive system communicates with your mind and why these intuitive signals are far more than just feelings. They're actionable intelligence you can rely on. Have you ever felt danger before you saw it? Or sensed someone's intentions before they spoke? That sudden, powerful gut feeling can seem almost supernatural, but the real explanation is even more fascinating. Your gut isn't just reacting, it's predicting. And modern science shows that your stomach and brain are locked in a silent, lightning-fast conversation that shapes your instincts long before you're consciously aware. Today, we're diving into the real science behind gut feelings and why this hidden biological intelligence might be one of the most powerful tools you have. The myth versus reality of gut feelings. Most people think a gut feeling is just emotional guessing or unexplainable intuition. But scientists now know the gut is deeply involved in perception, emotion, memory, and decision-making. It's not magic, it's biology. Your gut is home to the enteric nervous system, ENS. Over 100 million neurons embedded throughout your digestive tract. This system functions almost like an independent brain. It senses, processes, remembers, and reacts. So when you feel something in your gut, it's not imagination. It's a biological intelligence built into your body. The gut-brain highway, the vagus nerve. The key to understanding gut feelings lies in the vagus nerve, the superhighway that connects your gut and brain. About 80 to 90% of the nerve fibers in the vagus send signals from the gut to the brain, not the other way around. This means your brain is constantly receiving updates from your digestive system about emotional states, stress levels, environmental safety, internal balance, even social cues. When your gut sends a danger signal, it often reaches your brain before conscious thought kicks in. That's why you feel something before you can explain it. This is not instinct. This is neurobiology predicting your next move. Microbiome, your invisible emotional computer. Inside your gut lives a microscopic universe, about 100 trillion bacteria, known as the microbiome. But these microbes don't just digest food. They produce neurotransmitters, influence hormones, and communicate directly with your brain. Your gut bacteria create serotonin, mood and happiness, dopamine, motivation and reward, GABA, calm and relaxation. In fact, roughly 95% of serotonin is made in the gut, not the brain. When your microbiome is healthy, gut feelings are clearer, calmer, and more accurate. When it's imbalanced, intuition becomes clouded by anxiety, stress, or overreaction. Your gut feelings aren't only neurological, they're microbiological. Interoception, how the body feels the truth before the mind. Another major player in gut intuition is interoception, the brain's ability to sense internal bodily signals. This includes heartbeat changes, stomach tightness, muscle tension, temperature shifts, breathing rhythm. Your brain uses these internal sensations to create a map of your emotional state. When something outside of you changes, body language, tone of voice, sudden danger, your gut reacts instantly. Scientists call this somatic prediction. Your body predicts the future before your conscious mind analyzes the present. This is why gut feelings often feel immediate and powerful. Split-second survival instincts. Humans evolved in dangerous environments where slow thinking could mean death. The gut-brain system developed as a rapid threat detection network, capable of sensing danger from subtle movements, temperature shifts, aggressive posture, hidden patterns, changes in tone or energy. Your ancestors survived because their bodies reacted before their brains reasoned. Today, you still carry this ancient biological superpower. Gut feelings are your body's early warning radar system, honed over millions of years. Subconscious pattern recognition, the hidden engine of intuition. Here's one of the most powerful scientific explanations for intuition. Your subconscious brain notices thousands of tiny details that your conscious brain overlooks. You may not consciously register someone's microexpression, but your gut does. You may not realize you've smelled stress hormones in the air, but your gut reacts. You may not notice a familiar pattern of danger, but your subconscious recognizes it instantly. These signals combine into a feeling, a pull, a nudge, a sense. That's your subconscious offering guidance before logic catches up. Gut feelings aren't random. They're rapid-fire conclusions drawn from patterns you didn't realize you saw. Emotions begin in the body, not the mind. Another revelation in the science of intuition. Emotions start in the body, then travel to the brain. You don't feel anxious because your brain decides you are. Your brain decides you're anxious because your gut sent the signal first. This flips everything we once believed about emotion. Your gut doesn't just react to emotions. It creates them, shaping intuition at its core. Why gut feelings get stronger in some situations. You've likely noticed your intuition intensifies when you're under pressure. Someone feels off. You're making a big choice. Something is about to go wrong. You're entering a new environment. This happens because the gut-brain axis becomes more sensitive during heightened awareness. The body goes into prediction mode, gathering data faster, scanning patterns more intensely. Your gut feelings get louder because your body is prioritizing survival, accuracy, and direction. When science meets spirituality. Interestingly, the more scientists discover about gut intelligence, the more ancient wisdom makes sense. Cultures around the world have long taught that the stomach is a center of knowing, intuition, and energy. Now science confirms. Your gut is a biological intuition engine, constantly processing data, emotions, and predictions. The mystical is becoming measurable. Gut feelings are not mystical, random, or imaginary. They're the result of a complex interplay between neurons, hormones, microbiome signals, subconscious pattern recognition, interoceptive awareness, evolutionary survival circuits. Your gut doesn't just react. Thinks, warns, and predicts, often faster than your conscious mind ever could. And now that you understand the science, the next question is, can we train our intuition to become sharper, stronger, and more reliable? Have you ever made a decision without knowing why, only to realize later that your gut was absolutely right? Can feel mysterious, almost magical. But the truth is even more powerful. Your subconscious mind was working behind the scenes, analyzing information at a speed your conscious mind could never match. Today, we're revealing the hidden engine of your intuition, your subconscious, and how it shapes your instincts, choices, and the whispers you feel in your gut. Your subconscious, the silent supercomputer. The subconscious mind is the part of your brain that operates below conscious awareness. You don't feel it working, but it's always active, processing around 11 million bits of information per second, compared to your conscious mind's tiny 40 bits. This hidden layer of cognition controls your automatic reactions, your gut responses, your emotional triggers, your pattern recognition, your intuitive insights. The subconscious mind is basically your internal supercomputer, constantly scanning, sorting, and analyzing everything you encounter, far faster than you can consciously comprehend. Why the subconscious mind is the heart of intuition. Intuition isn't random or magical. It's the subconscious mind delivering a message through feelings, sensations, or sudden clarity. Your gut feelings arise because your subconscious has recognized a pattern, pulled from past experiences, evaluated the situation, predicted an outcome, all in a microsecond. The conscious mind takes time. The subconscious works at lightning speed. That's why intuitive decisions feel instant, sudden, or out of nowhere. Your subconscious never sleeps. While you cook, walk, scroll on your phone, or talk to someone, your subconscious mind is noticing micro-expressions, picking up tone shifts, detecting changes in body language, storing impressions, mapping emotional responses, comparing present moments to thousands of past situations. It's constantly building a massive internal database. And when something important happens, a potential danger, a meaningful opportunity, or an emotional truth, your subconscious sends a signal to your gut. That's the feeling you notice. Your subconscious learns through experience. One reason intuition becomes stronger with age or experience is simple. The subconscious learns through repetition and exposure. Every conversation, every mistake, every success, every relationship, your subconscious is storing it. And later, when you face something similar, it instantly retrieves all relevant memories and calculations. This is why a seasoned firefighter just knows when a building is about to collapse. A veteran teacher senses when a student is lying. A therapist can feel someone's emotional truth before they speak. A parent can tell their child is upset without a word. It's not a supernatural gift. It's a deeply trained subconscious. The subconscious and emotional memory. The subconscious is also where emotional memories live. You might not remember feeling unsafe as a child in a certain type of environment, but your subconscious does. So when you enter a similar situation years later, your gut reacts. It's trying to protect you by associating past emotional patterns with current circumstances. This explains why some gut reactions feel strong or personal. They are tied to emotional imprints your conscious mind has forgotten, but your subconscious hasn't. The subconscious processes far more than you realize. Science shows your subconscious processes a staggering amount of information that never reaches the conscious mind. This includes peripheral vision cues, scent changes, social energy shifts, facial micromovements, rhythm of speech, memory associations, physical sensations, muscle tension, environmental context. Your gut feeling is simply the subconscious adding all these tiny signals together into one powerful conclusion. Pay attention. Something's wrong. This is the right choice. The subconscious predicts the future. One of the most fascinating discoveries in neuroscience is that the brain is a prediction machine. Before you consciously decide anything, your subconscious mind has already predicted the most likely outcome. This prediction is based on past experiences, stored memories, learned associations, sensory cues, emotional energy, environmental details. When your gut speaks, it's because your subconscious has already done all the calculations and delivered its verdict. This is why intuitive decisions often feel instantly correct. The subconscious is predicting based on massive data. The subconscious speaks through the body. The subconscious doesn't use words. Communicates through tightness in the stomach, goosebumps, nausea, expansion or peace in the chest, a buzzing sensation, a sudden calm knowing. Your conscious mind hears thoughts. Your subconscious speaks in sensations. This body-based intuition is why the gut plays such a huge role in your instinctual responses. The subconscious can be reprogrammed. One of the most empowering truths about the subconscious is that it's trainable. You can strengthen your intuitive accuracy by shaping what your subconscious learns. Tools include meditation, visualization, repetition, emotional healing, mindfulness, new experiences, intentional self-reflection. Every new experience adds to the subconscious database, sharpening the accuracy of your gut signals. The danger: when the subconscious gets it wrong. The subconscious isn't perfect. If it learned patterns based on trauma, fear, or misinterpretation, it can produce false alarms. For example, a traumatic event can make your gut feel threatened when you're actually safe. Past heartbreak can make you distrust new relationships. Social conditioning can create intuitive blocks. Part of mastering intuition is learning to distinguish instinct from fear, truth from conditioning. Your subconscious mind is not your enemy. It's your most advanced internal guide. Processes the world faster, deeper, and more intelligently than your conscious mind ever could. Every gut feeling you experience is a message from this hidden supercomputer, a signal shaped by memory, emotion, pattern recognition, and biological intelligence. Now that you understand the subconscious mind's role in intuition, the next question becomes, can we train intuition to become stronger, clearer, and more reliable? Have you ever felt something not just in your gut, but in your heart too? That strange pressure in your chest, the sudden pull toward a person, the tightness when something feels wrong, or the warm expansion when something feels right. These signals aren't random. What if I told you your intuition isn't just coming from your brain or your gut, but from your heart as well? And even more shocking, science now proves your heart has its own intelligence, its own memory, and its own influence on the decisions you make every day. Today, we uncover one of the most powerful forms of intuition. Emotional intuition, the secret communication network between your heart, your brain, and your gut. Your body has 3 intelligence centers: Most people believe intuition comes solely from the mind, but modern neuroscience tells a different story. Your intuition is a product of three wisdom centers working together: the brain, logic, analysis, memory; the gut, instinct, pattern recognition, survival intelligence; the heart, emotion, coherence, deeper knowing. This trio forms what scientists call the gut-brain-heart axis, a communication network that shapes your intuition more than you realize. The heart has its own brain. The heart contains around 40,000 sensory neurons, forming what researchers call the cardiac nervous system, literally a small brain inside the heart. This heart brain sends emotional signals to the brain, influences decision-making, regulates intuition, affects stress levels, shapes how you read other people's energy. And here's the wild part: the heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. Your heart isn't following your brain. Your brain is listening to your heart. Heart intelligence and coherence. When you feel calm, aligned, or emotionally grounded, your heart creates a smooth, stable rhythm known as heart coherence. Coherence boosts intuition by making communication clearer across the gut-brain-heart axis. In this state, you feel clearer, more connected, more insightful, more guided, more in tune with others. This is why intuitive moments often arise when you feel emotionally balanced or peaceful. But when you're stressed, fearful, or overwhelmed, your heart rhythm becomes chaotic and intuition becomes harder to access. The heart feels before the brain thinks. Studies from the HeartMath Institute show something remarkable. The heart reacts to emotional and intuitive stimuli before the brain is consciously aware of them. For example, the heart's electrical activity changes milliseconds before a surprising event. The heart senses emotional information in other people. The heart knows when something is right or wrong before logic forms a thought. This is why people say, "My heart wasn't in it." Follow your heart. "My heart told me something was off." It's not poetry, it's physiology. The gut and heart, a deep emotional partnership. The gut and the heart communicate constantly through the vagus nerve and hormonal signals. The gut handles instinct, quick pattern recognition, danger detection. The heart handles emotional truth, connection, coherence, empathy. When your gut sends an instinct and your heart sends an emotional signal, intuition becomes multi-layered and powerful. A tight gut plus a heavy heart equals emotional warning. A calm gut plus an open heart equals emotional yes. A tense gut plus neutral heart equals survival instinct. A light heart plus neutral gut equals emotional guidance. Together, they create the emotional intuition that guides relationships, choices, and life direction. Why you feel intuition in your chest. Many people feel intuition as pressure in the chest, warmth or expansion, heaviness, fluttering, sudden stillness. This happens because the heart produces the body's strongest electromagnetic field, 60 times stronger than the brain's electrical field. Your chest sensations are energetic signals combined with the heart's neurological and hormonal activity. When something aligns with your deeper truth, the heart opens. When something is wrong, the heart tightens. Emotional intuition in relationships. Humans are wired for connection. This means your emotional intuition is especially active during interactions with others. Your heart and gut can detect sincerity versus manipulation, emotional safety versus emotional threat, authenticity versus performance, compatibility versus conflict, someone's intentions before they speak. This is why you sometimes sense someone's energy before you learn their personality. Your emotional centers are reading them long before your brain forms a judgment. When heart and gut disagree, sometimes your heart says yes and your gut says no. This internal conflict is common, and deeply revealing. Examples: your heart feels emotionally connected to someone, but your gut senses danger. Your gut wants to leap into an opportunity, but your heart feels unsettled or unsure. In these moments, the brain tries to make sense of two signals that reflect two forms of truth. The gut speaks from instinct and survival. The heart speaks from emotion and connection. Both are valid, but they must be interpreted with awareness. Healing emotional blocks to strengthen intuition. Emotional intuition becomes distorted when the heart carries unresolved emotional wounds. For example, old heartbreak, betrayal, childhood emotional trauma, abandonment fears, rejection wounds. These can cause the heart to send mixed or fearful signals, affecting clarity. Healing and emotional regulation are essential for strengthening your intuitive accuracy. Meditation, breathwork, therapy, and deep emotional honesty all help restore heart coherence, making intuitive signals clearer and more trustworthy. The triple alignment: when gut, heart, and brain agree. The most powerful form of intuition arises when all three centers say the same thing. The gut feels calm. The heart feels open. The mind feels clear. This creates a state of full-body knowing, a deep inner certainty that is almost impossible to ignore. People describe it as a calling, a truth, a knowing, an internal yes, alignment. When all three systems agree, the path forward becomes unmistakable. Your intuition is not a single voice. It is a conversation between your gut, your brain, and your heart. Each carries its own intelligence, its own memory, and its own wisdom. The gut feels the world. The subconscious processes it. The heart understands it. Working together, they form the emotional intuition that shapes your relationships, decisions, and destiny. Now that we understand the gut-brain-heart connection, we can take the next step. How do you strengthen intuition on purpose? That's exactly what we explore in Chapter 7, Cognitive Intuition, Pattern Recognition and Rapid Decision-Making. For centuries, intuition has lived in a strange space, half scientific, half mystical. Some people treat it like a supernatural gift, a spiritual download, or a message from the universe. Others dismiss it entirely, claiming it's nothing more than guesswork or imagination. But what if both sides are missing the real truth? What if intuition isn't magic, but it feels like magic because our brains and bodies are far more powerful than we realize? This chapter separates myth from reality and reveals what intuition really is and isn't. The myth of intuition as a supernatural power. Across time and culture, intuition has often been romanticized. Prophets, shamans, mystics, and seers were seen as individuals blessed with the gift of knowing things beyond logic. Even in modern culture, people often interpret intuition as spiritual foresight or psychic ability. But intuition does not require mystical abilities. In reality, intuition is rooted in biology. Your brain processes information millions of times faster than your conscious mind. Your gut detects emotional cues, threats, and patterns before the brain fully analyzes them. Your subconscious stores billions of memories, experiences, and associations you're not aware of. When these systems work together, the result can feel supernatural, like your body somehow knows things without being told. But this is not magic. It's pattern recognition on a level so advanced your conscious mind can't keep up. This doesn't invalidate spiritual interpretations. It simply means that intuition works reliably with or without mysticism. Myth. Intuition is always right. Truth. Intuition is powerful, but not perfect ****. Some people believe gut feelings never fail. Others believe intuition is too emotional to be trusted. The truth lies between the extremes. Intuition is highly accurate when You have experience in a situation. You've seen similar patterns before. Your emotional state is regulated. Your gut and brain communication is strong. Intuition becomes less accurate when you are stressed, triggered, or fearful. You're projecting past trauma. You're in unfamiliar situations. You confuse anxiety with instinct. The key difference? Real intuition is calm, direct, and quick. Anxiety is loud, chaotic, and repetitive. Learning to distinguish the two is essential. Myth: logical thinkers don't use intuition. Truth: everyone uses intuition, even scientists and CEOs. Many people believe intuition is for creative types or spiritually inclined individuals, while logical people rely only on rational thought. But some of the most analytical people on Earth, surgeons, chess champions, inventors, CEOs, military strategists, depend on intuition regularly. A surgeon has a feeling something is wrong during a procedure. A pilot senses turbulence before instruments show it. A chess grandmaster instinctively knows the next move. This isn't magic. It's expertise stored in the subconscious. Pattern recognition plus experience equals intuitive intelligence. Even Albert Einstein famously said, "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, not because it's mystical, but because it's fast, fluid, and deeply intelligent." Myth: intuition comes from the brain alone. Truth: your whole body thinks, not just your brain. Many people assume intuition is a brain-based phenomenon. But science shows intuition arises from a whole-body network. 1. The gut, the enteric nervous system. 100 million neurons detect safety, comfort, danger, and emotional cues. 2. The heart, cardiac nervous system. The heart has 40,000 neurons capable of memory-like activity. 3. The brain, subconscious plus pattern recognition. Billions of neural circuits store experiences and make predictions. Your intuition is a tri-brain system, not a single organ. When you say, "something doesn't feel right," you're describing a biological signal, not a mystical one. Myth: intuition is opposed to science. Truth: science is finally proving intuition exists. For decades, intuition was dismissed because it couldn't be measured. But now, neuroscience, cardiology, psychology, and microbiome research all confirm what humans felt for centuries. Modern science shows the brain predicts events before you consciously register them. The gut influences decision-making through neurotransmitters. The heart affects emotional processing through electromagnetic signals. Subconscious pattern recognition works faster than conscious logic. Intuition is not anti-science. It's a neuroscientific reality that science is only beginning to understand. Myth: intuition is spiritual nonsense. Truth: intuition has both biological and spiritual interpretations. Some spiritual people say intuition comes from the universe. Some skeptics say intuition is just brain chemistry. Here's the truth: both interpretations can coexist. For one person, intuition may feel like divine guidance. For someone else, it may feel like deep subconscious wisdom. For another, it may feel like emotional intelligence. Intuition is not limited to one belief system. It adapts to the worldview of the person experiencing it. This is why intuition bridges cultures, religions, and sciences. Myth: you can't strengthen your intuition. Truth: intuition improves with practice. Intuition is not a fixed talent. It's a skill, and like any skill, it grows. Ways to strengthen intuition include practicing stillness and silence, regulating emotions, improving gut health, listening to subtle body signals, reducing overthinking, honoring early instincts, studying your own patterns. Intuition becomes sharper when you trust it, train it, and give it space to speak. Science and mysticism don't have to battle over intuition. They're simply two languages describing the same experience. Science explains how intuition works. Spirituality explains why it feels meaningful. Put them together, and intuition becomes one of the most powerful tools you possess. A natural intelligence that blends biology, experience, emotion, and awareness into instant knowing. Intuition isn't magic, but it's one of the most magical things your body and brain can do. Some people believe intuition is something you're either born with or without, like a mysterious inner compass. But the truth is far more empowering. Intuition is a skill, not a superpower, and like any skill, it can be sharpened, strengthened, and refined. Your body and subconscious mind are constantly giving you signals. You simply have to learn how to hear them. In this chapter, you'll discover the most powerful, science-backed, and time-tested techniques to unlock your intuitive intelligence. Understanding how intuition improves. Before you strengthen your intuition, you must understand where it comes from. Your gut collects emotional and sensory information. Your heart generates signals affecting clarity and calmness. Your subconscious mind processes memories, patterns, and predictions. Your nervous system detects subtle cues before your brain recognizes them. Strengthening intuition means improving communication between all four. This is not about magic. It's about neural efficiency, emotional regulation, and deeper awareness. 1. Learn to recognize the signals of real intuition. You can't strengthen what you can't identify. True intuition is usually calm, quiet, and immediate. Simple, not dramatic. A sensation in the stomach, chest, or body. A sense of knowing without explanation. A feeling of clarity or certainty. False intuition, anxiety, fear, trauma triggers is loud, repetitive, fearful, overdramatic, or catastrophic. Tightening, racing heart, dread, based on memory of past pain. Training intuition starts with separating the two. A simple exercise. When you feel a gut impulse, ask, is this fear or guidance? Fear restricts. Guidance directs. 2. Quiet the mind to hear the gut. Intuition is quiet. Overthinking is loud. The reason many people feel disconnected from intuition is because their minds are overcrowded with noise. 3 powerful ways to quiet the mind. Meditation, 10 minutes daily. Scientifically proven to strengthen the brain networks responsible for intuitive decisions. A mindful breathing, 5 to 7 deep breaths, calms the nervous system, making real intuition easier to detect. Silence or solitude. Even 2 to 3 minutes of intentional quiet unlocks intuition remarkably fast. In stillness, your intuition becomes unmistakable. 3. Strengthen the gut-brain connection. A strong intuition requires a healthy gut. Research shows your gut microbiome directly affects mood, decision-making, emotional clarity, stress response, sensitivity to danger cues. Ways to support the gut. Eat more whole foods and fiber. Reduce processed foods and sugar. Take probiotics or eat fermented foods. Stay hydrated. Reduce chronic stress. A healthy gut equals clear, intuitive signals. An inflamed gut equals confusion, anxiety, hesitation. 4. Trust your first instinct more often. Intuition gets stronger with use. Most people ignore their gut feelings because they overthink. I need more evidence. What if I'm wrong? I shouldn't trust my feelings. But the more you dismiss intuition, the weaker it becomes. Practical exercise. Every day, act on one small intuitive impulse. Take a different route. Call someone who suddenly comes to mind. Start or stop a task when your body signals. Say yes or no based on your first feeling. These tiny moments train your intuition like a muscle. 5. Keep an intuition journal. This is one of the most powerful tools. Every time you feel a gut instinct, write it down. What was the feeling? How did your body react? What choice did you make? What happened after? Within 2 to 4 weeks, you'll begin noticing patterns. When your intuition appears, how your body signals truth. When fear disguises itself as instinct, which impulses lead to the best decisions. This builds self-trust, which is essential for intuition. 6. Strengthen your emotional awareness. Intuition thrives when emotions are clear. It weakens when emotions are chaotic. Emotional intuition improves when you understand what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, what triggers your reactions. 3 tools to strengthen emotional awareness. Name your emotions. When you name it, you tame it. This activates the rational brain and reduces emotional fog. Listen to physical sensations. Your body often knows your emotional truth before your mind does. Practice emotional regulation. Calm emotions equals clear intuition. 7. Ask better questions to activate subconscious intelligence. Your subconscious responds to questions instantly. Try asking, what feels true here? What am I sensing but not seeing? What decision brings peace, not pressure? What is my gut telling me right now? These questions open the door to deeper inner knowing. 8. Develop body awareness. Intuition is not purely mental. Your body delivers intuitive messages through tension, relaxation, goosebumps, tight chest, warmth in the heart, dropping feeling in the stomach. Improving body awareness boosts intuitive accuracy. Try stretching, yoga, somatic breathing, body scanning. The more connected you are to your physical self, the easier it becomes to detect intuitive sensations. 9. Limit external noise and opinions. When you constantly rely on others for direction, you disconnect from your own inner voice. Strengthening intuition requires less social media, less advice seeking, more internal checking, more time alone. When you reduce noise, your inner clarity skyrockets. 10. Practice intuition in decision-making. Start with simple choices. What should I eat? Which task should I do first? Should I say yes or no? Then move to bigger choices. Jobs, relationships, creative decisions, major life shifts. The more you practice, the more accurate your intuitive compass becomes. Intuition isn't luck. It's inner intelligence. Your body, heart, gut, and subconscious working together to guide you. Strengthening intuition is not about becoming mystical. It's about becoming more aware, more present, more embodied, and more connected to your natural instincts. With practice, patience, and trust, your intuition can become one of the most powerful tools you possess. One that helps you make better decisions, avoid danger, attract opportunities, and navigate life with confidence and clarity. In a world that moves faster than thought, intuition is becoming your most valuable survival tool. We live in a time where information hits us at lightning speed. Notifications, headlines, emails, breaking news, opinions, predictions, warnings, distractions. Your brain is bombarded with more data in a single day than people 100 years ago encountered in months. And in this ocean of noise, one thing is quietly becoming more powerful and more necessary than ever before: intuition. Intuition is no longer a mystical idea or a soft skill. In the modern world, it is rapidly becoming a form of intelligence, a competitive advantage, a navigation tool, and sometimes even a life-saving instinct. Whether you're making decisions, reading people, choosing opportunities, avoiding danger, or searching for purpose, intuition is emerging as the internal GPS humans forgot they had. Let's explore how intuition functions in the fast-paced, hyper-connected world of today, and why it matters more now than at any point in human history. 1. The rise of cognitive overload. Our ancestors relied heavily on instinct because survival demanded it. But today, humans face a different problem: information overload. Every choice, what to buy, who to trust, what to believe, what to do next, comes with hundreds of options and opinions. Overthinking has become the default state. That's why intuition is resurfacing as a practical super skill. When the mind is overwhelmed, the body steps in. Your gut doesn't analyze 500 options. It scans for truth. It filters for safety. It detects patterns instantly. In a world drowning in data, your intuition simplifies complexity. 2. Intuition in the digital age, reading signals beyond screens. Modern life has reshaped how people interact. Many of our relationships, conversations, and decisions now happen through screens, messages, comments, texts, videos, voice notes. But intuition has adapted. You can sense tone through text. You can read energy through silence. You can tell when someone's story online isn't matching their truth. You can feel when an opportunity is right long before the details appear. Humans evolved to read signals, microexpressions, tone, body language. Even through technology, your subconscious picks up patterns. In fact, digital communication has forced intuition to become sharper. 3. Intuition in business, the secret weapon of innovators. Some of the biggest breakthroughs in history began with intuition. Entrepreneurs felt a market gap before data confirmed it. Inventors sensed the potential of an idea without evidence. Investors trusted their instincts when numbers looked neutral. Leaders made bold choices based on gut feelings others couldn't understand. Today, organizations actively train intuition under names like rapid decision-making, executive instinct, pattern intelligence, emotional insight. In business, intuition is not mystical, it's money. Data is essential, but intuition is what helps you interpret that data correctly. Data shows you what is. Intuition shows you what will be. 4. Intuition in relationships, the modern social compass. Social intuition has never been more important. In a world of filters, masks, and curated identities, your gut helps you see the person behind the image. It detects subtle shifts. When someone is hiding something, when someone is lying, when someone's energy pulls your nervous system in, when a relationship is draining your peace, when someone's words don't match their actions. Your intuition keeps you safe from manipulation, emotional danger, and toxic environments. It also helps you recognize soul-aligned friendships, genuine love, emotional truth, authentic connection. Your intuition knows who resonates with your energy long before your mind forms a judgment. 5. Intuition and safety, the body's ancient alarm system. Even in modern society, danger still exists, especially in forms that are subtle or invisible. Unsafe people, risky environments, hidden threats, gut feelings about someone's intentions, sudden impulses to leave a situation. In these moments, intuition becomes your early warning system. Modern safety experts often say, if your gut whispers, listen. It's already a step ahead. Stories of survival, from avoiding accidents to escaping harmful situations, often start with the same line. I don't know why, but something told me. That is intuition doing what it was designed to do. 6. Intuition in creativity, ideas that arrive out of nowhere. Modern creativity depends heavily on intuitive insight. Artists, musicians, filmmakers, writers, designers, and innovators often describe intuition like a powerful flow, a sudden inspiration, a melody appearing out of silence, a vision of a story, a solution that pops into mind, a sense that something just feels right. Creativity is fundamentally intuitive. It's not analytical, it's emergent. It comes from the subconscious mixing memory, emotion, and imagination. This is why many creative breakthroughs come in moments of relaxation, showering, walking, daydreaming, meditation. When your mind quiets, intuition speaks louder. 7. Intuition in health, listening to the body's wisdom. Modern medicine is beginning to recognize the value of intuitive awareness. Feeling something's wrong before tests show it. Knowing when you need rest. Sensing inflammation in the gut. Feeling emotionally drained by certain environments. Detecting when something isn't normal in your body. Your body often signals imbalance long before symptoms appear. Ignoring those signals leads to burnout, illness, or emotional collapse. Listening to your intuition is listening to your biology. 8. The modern battle, intuition versus distraction. There's a reason many people say they feel disconnected from intuition. Modern life constantly pulls your attention outward. Notifications, scrolling, advertisements, opinions, constant comparison. These distractions drown out the inner voice. But the solution isn't to run from technology, it's to reconnect with yourself amidst it. Intuition gets stronger when you slow down, disconnect temporarily, practice mini-mindfulness, create small pockets of stillness, listen to your body's microsignals, trust your first instinct more often. The world moves fast, but intuition works in the spaces between impulses. 9. Intuition and purpose. Finding your path in a complex world. More people than ever feel lost, overwhelmed, or uncertain about their direction. This is where intuition becomes your compass. Your intuitive sense often knows which opportunities align with your soul, which direction feels expansive, not restrictive, which passions activate your energy, which paths drain your spirit, which choices bring long-term peace. Purpose is rarely found through logic alone. It emerges through intuitive resonance, what feels right in your core. In the modern world, intuition is no longer optional. It is essential. It helps you navigate complexity, see truth behind illusion, make aligned decisions, avoid danger, build meaningful relationships, and stay connected to yourself in a world designed to pull you away. Intuition is evolution's gift to you, your internal compass in the digital storm. The world is getting louder. Your intuition is your quiet, powerful guide back to clarity. What if your intuition could one day be measured, trained, and enhanced with the same precision as your intelligence? For thousands of years, intuition was considered mystical, a whisper from the soul, a message from the unseen, a phenomenon beyond the reach of science. But as neuroscience evolves and technology grows more sophisticated, something remarkable is happening. Intuition is entering the scientific spotlight. Researchers, cognitive scientists, psychologists, and AI developers are now asking a groundbreaking question. Can intuition be quantified, decoded, improved, and even scientifically engineered? The future of intuition science isn't speculative. It's unfolding right now. 1. The new frontier mapping the intuitive brain. Modern neuroscience is beginning to uncover the biological roots of intuition. Studies using fMRI, EEG, and neuroimaging reveal that intuition is not random. It's an incredibly fast, coordinated communication between the amygdala, emotional radar, the prefrontal cortex, decision-making, the insula, self-awareness, the enteric nervous system, gut intelligence, the heart's electromagnetic field. In the future, scientists may be able to identify your intuitive thinking patterns in real time, predict when an intuitive insight is about to strike, track how accurate your intuition is, strengthen specific brain regions responsible for intuitive processing. The idea of intuition training programs isn't far away. It's likely inevitable. 2. Gut intelligence research is about to explode. The gut-brain connection has transformed modern medicine. But what's ahead is even bigger. Researchers believe the next decade will uncover which gut bacteria are linked to faster intuitive decision-making, how microbiome diversity affects emotional intelligence, whether certain diets can improve intuitive clarity, how the vagus nerve influences subconscious processing, how stress chemicals block intuitive signals. We may one day take intuition probiotics, customized bacterial blends to improve emotional clarity, reduce fear-based thinking, and enhance gut signals. It sounds futuristic, but early groundwork is already being laid. 3. AI and intuition, a surprising partnership. Artificial intelligence is built on logic, data, and pattern recognition, but even AI researchers admit something astonishing. AI is beginning to behave in intuitively intelligent ways. Deep learning systems often make predictions or solve problems without being able to explain how. This mirrors human intuition, which also works without conscious explanation. Future AI might detect risks you subconsciously sense but can't articulate, highlight emotional patterns in relationships, predict your intuitive leanings based on physiological data, coach you in strengthening intuitive abilities. AI may not replace human intuition, but it may amplify it, validate it, or mirror it. Imagine an AI that tells you, your nervous system reacted to that person. Pay attention. This is not far-fetched. This is where technology is heading. 4. Heart intelligence, the most revolutionary field ahead. Heart-brain research is still in its early stages, but its potential is enormous. Scientists at HeartMath and similar institutions are discovering the heart's electromagnetic field influences brain clarity. Heart rhythms predict intuition accuracy. Intuition sometimes occurs before the brain reacts, pre-stimulus response. Coherent heart states enhance intuition dramatically. Future technology might let people sync their heart rhythms for better intuitive accuracy. Use devices to enter intuitive states instantly. Predict emotional compatibility using energetic coherence. Strengthen intuitive insight through heart-focused training. Your heart may become recognized as a measurable intelligence system, not just a source of emotion. 5. Intuition in medicine, a paradigm shift. Doctors have long reported gut feelings, intuitive flashes about diagnoses, patient outcomes, or hidden symptoms. In the future, medicine could officially integrate intuition through training medical students to read intuitive microsignals, measuring intuitive instincts as part of clinical decision-making, using gut biometrics to detect emotional causes of disease, blending intuition with AI-driven diagnostics, recognizing intuitive awareness as a legitimate health metric. Imagine a world where intuition is seen not as a guess, but as a validated biological warning system. 6. Quantum research and intuition, a mysterious new bridge. Quantum physics is reshaping our understanding of time, attention, and interconnectedness. Some researchers propose that intuitive information processing may involve quantum-level communication between neurons, faster than conscious neural signaling, non-local awareness, information sensed before it appears, microtubules functioning like biological quantum processors. While still theoretical, the next decades may uncover why intuition sometimes predicts events, how the subconscious accesses information beyond logic, whether human consciousness interacts with quantum fields. This could revolutionize our understanding of intuition more than any other field. 7. Emotional intuition will become a new form of intelligence. IQ used to be the primary measure of intelligence. Then EQ, emotional intelligence, became equally important. Now, researchers predict IQ plus EQ plus intuition quotient, INQ, may become the new triad of human intelligence. Intuition quotient could measure your gut-brain sensitivity, your ability to read emotional signals, your intuitive accuracy across time, how well you detect danger or opportunity, your subconscious pattern recognition skills. Schools, organizations, and leadership programs may one day evaluate intuition the same way they evaluate logic, creativity, or emotional awareness. 8. The human evolutionary shift, a return to inner intelligence. Ironically, as the world becomes more technological, humans are being pushed back towards something ancient, inner intelligence. Future intuition research may prove that modern humans are rediscovering instincts lost to overstimulation. Intuition is an evolutionary survival tool. The body holds knowledge faster than the brain. Intuitive individuals may adapt better to future uncertainty. In an unpredictable world, intuition becomes a stabilizing force. 9. A future where intuition is normal, not mystical. Imagine a world where schools teach children how to listen to their gut. Wearable tech tracks intuitive signals. Doctors validate intuitive concerns. Corporations train leaders in intuitive decision-making. Therapists help clients strengthen intuition. Science recognizes intuition as a measurable skill. Society accepts intuition as a form of intelligence. This is not fantasy. It is the direction science is moving. The future of intuition is not mystical. It is measurable, trainable, biological, energetic, and technologically enhanced. As science advances, intuition is no longer seen as a mysterious whisper from the unknown. It is emerging as one of humanity's greatest untapped abilities, an internal system built through millions of years of evolution. The future of intuition science will not only answer the question, what is intuition? It will unlock a deeper question. What else is the human mind capable of? What if the quiet voice inside you, the one you often ignore, has been the most accurate guide in your life all along? What if the future you're chasing becomes easier the moment you finally learn to trust what your inner system is already telling you? Throughout this journey, we've uncovered a truth that science is only now beginning to validate. Your gut is not just a digestive organ. It's an intelligent, responsive, deeply emotional system that shapes how you think, feel, and decide. From the millions of neurons lining your intestines, to the microbiome influencing your moods, to the subconscious patterns silently guiding your choices, intuition is not a mystery. It's a partnership between your mind, body, and experience. But learning to trust your gut doesn't mean dismissing logic. True wisdom lies in the balance. Intuition gives you speed, instinct, and emotional accuracy. Logic gives you structure, analysis, and clarity. When the two work together, your decisions become stronger, faster, and more aligned with who you truly are. As you move forward, pay attention to the signals your body sends. The tightness in your chest, the warmth in your stomach, the sudden pull toward or away from something or someone. These aren't random feelings. They are messages rooted in biology and shaped by your history. Trust your intuition, but train it, question it, and refine it. Use it alongside your rational mind, not in place of it. When you do, you'll find that life becomes less confusing and more aligned. Choices become clearer. Relationships feel more authentic. And direction appears where there once was doubt. Because in the end, your gut doesn't just help you survive. It helps you become the person you're meant to be.